Perspective of the personal is political has been applied to enhance traditional feminist ideas by adding appreciation for diversity on topics reflecting different races, classes, and genders. So today, I am the messenger. I am a Black feminist. As this messenger, I am here as a symbol of a liberation movement that we will have in this room together right now. I am visible. See the way I interconnect life today, actions and existence. This is my role. I ensure joint survival. I am outrageous, audacious, and courageous. Today, I am awake and I am without chains. The flames can no longer burn me. I am in the light and my heart is free. Ain't I a woman? Says Black feminist bell hooks. Yes, I am. I am a woman because I denounce the synthesis of oppressions. I deliver my voice to equate freedom with the word race and the word woman. Black feminist Frances Beale inspired the story of double jeopardy. She said, as Black and as female and as a member of the urban community, my story has been intersected. Still, the human need to embrace my integrity and liberty is not a second-class story because I am not a second-class woman. I cannot retain misogynist attitudes that commit violence against me. They cannot damage my image. As of tonight, my process of alienation from privileged mindsets has begun. Like Black feminist Beverly Guy Sheftall extended a movement for sturdy Black visions and bridges, I hold fast to unwavering principles. I am a woman phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Accept me as a phenomenal woman who molds new forms of consciousness raising. These narratives that I bring can transform every last person in here every day. I am inviting myself to participate, and I am inviting you to acknowledge my differences and those of two Black women. My experiences and the experiences of these two additional Black women will be experiences that will not be viewed as token views because we are not tokens. We are not tokens, but our personal experiences will today be accepted as political messages to help us all work to heal outcomes of some sexist and racist propaganda. So my place today extends beyond the home of Shepherd University and beyond my home in Martinsburg. I'm going to do freedom work to confront isms that perpetuate one another. Particularly, I would like to address institutionalized, systematic oppression and the related strategies. My entire self today I give you, myself as a sociologist, as a criminologist, as a youth advocate, as a social justice leader, and as a proud mother. As for this conversation today, I want to connect to you. I want to connect with this amazing community. Like Black feminist Audre Lorde had stated, I am your sister. I am your sister, but you know what? My sexuality is not and will not be controlled just because we are family members. My family does not have the right, nor do they have the permission to have access or control over my body, because it is my body. And tonight, I'm calling for a new vision, rooted in Black feminist thought that encourages this community to embrace these values. These value systems can provide healthy identity formation for individuals and for diverse groups. But it also can create reciprocity in relationships that I want us to establish with one another. My personal story is political. The personal stories of Henrietta Lacks and Dr. Mae Jemison are political. These stories that I will tell today, I want you to fully ingest the message. And I want you to recite them when you leave in your own way. The distinctive methodology of Black feminist thought illustrates how these thoughts and actions can work together. People who share these personal thoughts can generate new actions, and they can do it together. Because being different means learning a different way of seeing the world. Difference is great, and we can be great together. As Patricia Hill Collins has expressed, together we can re-envision concepts that have been obscured institutionally, philosophically, and ideologically. So I share with you today Black feminist thought. It will empower and foster the ideas that bring attention to conditions and social justice undertakings. So I want you to look here. This is our goal. Let's read it together. First, we will acknowledge value of yourself and others by encouraging dialogue and actions that end racism and sexism. We will affirm difference by accepting what is not the same, and then we will make determination a priority by breaking barriers that hinder success. I'll begin with the personal and political story of Henrietta Lacks. In 1951, a sample of her cervical cancer cells was retrieved during a biopsy at Johns Hopkins Hospital, one among only a few hospitals that would treat poor African Americans at the time. Her cells were collected among many that died instantly in the lab following radium treatments for cervical cancer. Unlike any of the other cells collected, Mrs. Lack's cells doubled every 20 to 24 hours. Today, without experimenting on humans, the incredible cells of Henrietta Lacks are used to study the effects of toxins, drugs, hormones, and viruses on the growth of cancer cells. They are used to test the effects of radiation and poisons and to study the human genome. The cells of Henrietta Lacks are used to learn more about how viruses work, and they play a crucial role in the development, of the polio vaccine. Although Mrs. Lacks passed in 1951 at the age of 31, her cells continue to impact the world. She continues to impact the world. Her personal story entails a political message as per the application of Black feminist thought. Like Henrietta Lacks, something amazing about you will be valued in the future. Like Henrietta Lacks, something amazing about you will be valued in the future. This is our first tenet today of Black feminist thought literature, where we're featuring the ways that we can embrace the value of ourselves and others. The word value in this context is synonymous with the words respect, appreciate, and also acknowledge. In this case, I use the personal and political life of Henrietta Lacks as a model for us to consider ourselves and others as being important and as being equal. Because her body and the related actions had to be respected at the time because lives were on the line. But her body was not only a Black body, she was a human being. Her body has been a message that we will not work against each other, and we will not work against ourselves. We will not use racist aberrations to determine who is human and who is not. Her body was a human body. And we are all human, and we are all real. I am real. I am a real woman. Henrietta Lacks is a real woman. She is a human being, and she matters, and so do you. We must actively acknowledge and cherish what we wish to keep. And I say this because silencing and erasing the significance of others is not a way to show value. Please repeat after me. I will not be silenced.
I will not be silenced.
My significance will not be erased.
My significance will not be erased.
I will not do this to others.
I will not do this to others.
Thank you for that. My grandmother would say to me, I'm not really worried about your actions, but I'm seriously concerned about your thoughts. This is because both our actions and our thoughts hugely impact how we feel and the outcomes of our daily life. And using this theoretical tenet of Black feminist thought, I encourage you to use the personal and political story of Henrietta Lacks to enhance your consciousness and also your curiosity about embracing the value of others and the bodies of others. I ask that you stay aware and that you embrace the equitable value that exists in the past, the present, and in the future. Maximize your skills and the skills of others. Think about gifting and think about these strengths that human beings have. All of us equal, all of us human beings. We are real. I'm a real woman. She's a real woman. You're a real human being. We are all the same. Value this before we die. Before we die. Black feminist theorists argue that our presence is valuable and that every interaction matters. The personal is political. You get that? Dr. Mae Jemison. Dr. Mae Jemison is the principal for the 100-year Starship Project. She was the first African-American woman to embark upon a mission to space during her tenure at NASA. Her leadership and vision has provided guidance and direction for establishing new technologies and successful journeys to space. From Mae Jemison, we learn to think outside of the box. She understands her value, and her pursuit to success shows this. Like Henrietta Lacks, when she is no longer with us, her story will continue to impact the world. Her personal and political statement encourages us to explore radically different ideas, radically different cultures, and radically different forms of energy. In doing so, we create a unique context by which we explore different ideas to approach new opportunities and new challenges. The amazing thing about difference is that it is the exact link to innovation and to partnerships around the world. To best understand Dr. Jemison's personal story, I need to introduce a new word from Black feminist thought, and this word is difference management. Can you say that? Difference management. Say it again. I need to make sure you're awake. Okay. Difference management is at the root of mental flexibility. Our mental flexibility is our attitude about listening, observing, thinking, and effective problem solving. So here, this enhanced mental flexibility allows for this unique comprehension of the same world. We're all living in the same world. But this flexibility is really contingent upon us all understanding that each of us has a different lens that we use to understand what is going on in this same world that we're in. And this means that everybody is different. Every last one of us. We're all different, and we all see the world in a different way. And that is beautiful. So here, we have the same bodies, but our experiences and the tools that we have access to, they create this unique vision of the world that we have. And so to best understand this tenet, the strategy from Black feminist thought would be to draw, okay? D-R-A-W, draw, okay? Draw a mental picture of your lens. Can you do that? Are you creative enough in your head to draw a picture of the lens that you have, which is made up of all the tools that you've inherited over time? Who you communicate with, who you talk to every day, what you watch, what you learn, who you're willing to take in ideas from, what your mama taught you, and all the people who are important to you. So we should learn to draw a mental picture of what our thinking boxes look like. And that will help us understand the power of difference. So if you can understand how different you actually are from the person beside you, then you might be better able to embrace the difference of another person. And so by visualizing our own realities, we can allow ourselves to openly embrace and to accept what it means to be different. And then at that point, at that very point, at that moment when you can draw, then you can engage other modes of thinking that we do not normally use. So in other words, embracing difference requires mental flexibility. The mental drawing allows us to use it allows us to creatively break from that left brain hold that we have on understanding the world, and then drawing becomes personal. But it allows us to engage different modes of thinking because your personal is political. So this particular tenet of Black feminist thought encourages us to not be afraid of being different. And then you're not afraid of people who are different. You get that? You're not afraid of being different, so then you're not afraid of me. Because being different is original. Being different is unique. In order to be irreplaceable, like Mae Jemison and Henrietta Lacks, we must be different. And that difference can be biological, physiological, psychological, spiritual, and social. But difference is beautiful. And it's not about opposition. It's about bravery. And it's about courage. So say this for me. I am exclusive. I am a limited edition. And difference is amazing. Thank you for saying that. Because you know what? I'm rare, and that is very interesting. And there is nothing inferior or unnatural about it. Use this Black feminist ideology to be daring, be different, and assert integrity, and have a purpose. Your purpose and your distinct purpose and the distinct purpose of another person who is different is what allows us to grow. Knowing that is important. And your vision can be imaginative. And it's amazing as long as you're being yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself, because that difference that you have in yourself is amazing. As Mae Jemison has consciously and unconsciously proposed through her personal and political story, please make connections in ways that others may not understand. Be different, and be okay with loving someone or loving yourself because you are different. That's me. My name is Howard-Bostic, and that is me. That's me in my grandmother's living room, standing in front of the plastic-covered furniture. That is me at the first Oxford Round Table, and now that is me standing here in front of you. My personal is political. My personal is political because I reach beyond what is handed to me. I work every day to improve the outcomes of children and adults in my community, even when there are policies and rules that work against that outcome. You know what? I've been approached with the new politics of multiculturalism, and I'm going to tell you about those politics right now. This is 2019 new politics of multiculturalism. There are growing moments of inclusion and symbolic exclusion in this very polarized political time. I am here to announce that the text of Black women writers like myself are officially welcome in most multicultural classrooms. However, this means that my voice is not silent anymore, but I do not hold the power to dictate what my words mean when they are heard by other people. So I have a voice, and it is loud, but I can't control how you dictate what those words mean. So do I really have a voice? That's for you to think about. So unfortunately, as an actual Black woman, I and my voice are not equally welcome in the space of leadership, even when my story produces a dynamic leadership outcome. It is still my job, though. It is still my job to reach what is not handed to me. My personal is political, and I will engage this liberation movement. I will not stop talking. I will not stop delivering my message. But I understand that as opposed to political oppression, that in 2019, I am a victim of political suppression. My voice has not been fully heard, and my body has been made invisible. Black feminists say, stop this mess. Stop it. My body is here, and it is okay for me to deliver this message as the person that I am standing in front of you. The message is not wrong because I'm the person delivering it. I'm a phenomenal Black woman, and I'm important. And I shouldn't be made invisible or placed behind the scenes because somebody from a past culture doesn't want to listen to what I have to say, or because they want to change the meaning of my words. My words are valuable, and they mean something, and we need to stop the mess. I am also a phenomenal woman at home. In the same way that I give unconditionally to my family, even when they cannot give unconditionally to themselves. See, these Black feminist researchers have argued that while the minds of all men and women are the same, this business of living through a poor opportunity structure and a suppressed outcome makes me as a Black woman have to use my mind in ways that others don't have to think of doing. This is a reality that is personal, but it exists to challenge the political interpretation of the Black woman's body and voice as not being equally accepted in this space that we stand in right now today. But you know what? You can also challenge the interpretations of your body. You can challenge the interpretation of the meaning of your words and the amplification of the sound of your voice. Just like I stand here saying that my mind and my body matters, so does yours. But the only way that you can get my mind and body to matter is if you stand up on this front with me and talk about it with me together. While my efforts with community and family are time-consuming, they are, still, like Mae Jemison, I make an effort to learn something new every day. Even when I may not want to, I am expected to either lose or to be a phenomenal woman every day. My personal position calls for me to learn skills aligned with independence and self-reliance. And like myself, you can use this Black feminist thought framework to allow yourself, myself, to allow both of us to be present both theoretically and in real form. Do not hide me, because I am outrageous. I am audacious. And I am courageous. I am awake. And so help me to exist without chains. Do not send flames to burn me. My heart is free, but my body is still held hostage. But my personal is political. And I will try again. I will try again. I will try again because it takes a village to unleash these chains. Bell Hooks said, "Ain't I a woman? Yes, I am. I am Black, but I am still a real woman." Beverly Guy Sheftall says, "We are the movement for sturdy bridges and visions, but we must walk together." Audre Lorde says that I am your sister, and we are connected, and my personal is political, and it is a message for you to embrace. Patricia Hill Collins said that we can re-envision concepts that have been obscured institutionally, philosophically, and ideologically, but we can create change together. Yes, we can. The personal stories and political stories about myself, Mae Jemison, and Henrietta Lacks show us that we are valuable. Difference can bring new visions, and determination will make a way out of no way. However, we need to work together so that the stories of these Black women can impact our world at Shepherd. Thank you.